Pickin Pear podcast. Yeah. Pickin Pear podcast.
Praise be, Pickin Pear podcast.
Hallelujah. Amen. Wow. All right. We're on the road to 1,000 shows, Tia.
Oh, we are.
Hell, at this point, we're on the road to 1,000 podcast episodes.
Yeah, we're doing better than I thought we would. It's
This
really
is
great. This is
number 10.
Number 10.
That's 2.5 months of doing this.
Just being on it every
Yeah.
single week, not faltering. Just even one week where we're like, I'm just so tired or I'm so busy. No, we do it. It's really awesome.
It's not hard. It's fun.
Yeah, of course.
But it takes up a lot of our time.
Mm-hmm. It takes
a couple of days of our time are dedicated every week to thinking about the podcast, doing the podcast, editing the podcast.
And we don't always have the best internet, so sometimes uploading things could take a whole day.
Yeah.
Or more.
Or more, yeah. Like last week's episode, I don't think got up until like just before midnight on Friday.
Just made it.
And I started it uploading at like 3 a.m. the night before, It is what it is.
Yeah.
And this week, we're getting ahead of the game because we have such a big week ahead of us for some special reason.
What? There's no special reason.
It's Tia's birthday this
Right.
week. Yep.
So excited. Jake's coming in. It's going to be a good
Jake
time.
coming in. We've got a show in New Orleans.
Yep.
And then a couple of days off in New Orleans. And
Yep.
it's just wonderful. So that's what we're up to right now. Let's talk about the shows we had this weekend a little bit. What do you think?
Well, we'll start with the Wine House. That was in Tallahassee, Florida.
The Amy Winehouse.
It was just called the Wine House.
Oh, okay.
But, it was all right. The weather was not great that whole day. And if there's one thing that keeps people from Florida inside, it's nasty weather, even if it's not that nasty.
The Winehouse, they admittedly said they have an older clientele, which we've played for some older crowds in Florida, and they've been great.
Yeah.
There was just no crowd at this Winehouse.
There wasn't.
On this night.
Yeah, we played one set. We were supposed to play 2 sets, but...
Oh, they were like ready to go,
Yeah.
Like, we were supposed to go till 10, but it was like, what are we all doing here? Let's just get out of here. So.
Yeah, so it was a rough one, but I do blame the weather. They blame the weather a lot, too. It was like, it just keeps people out of there, especially the older folk.
Right. And, so in order to have a good audience, we decided to do a live stream that night. We don't do that very often, but we were able to connect to some restaurants' internet and go for it. It only worked for about 40 minutes, I think, before it decided it didn't want to work anymore.
Right. Because we got it going so fast, too. We didn't really have any time to test it all out.
Yeah, when I got the sense that it was going to be kind of a slow night, I was like, let's just go live.
Yeah, so that we have somewhat of a crowd.
Yeah, it just makes you feel like, oh, there's people looking at me over there. I got to be good,
Yeah.
rather than just kind of settling into what the hell am I doing with my life.
Oh, those feelings that wash over you almost every day.
But we still had a great time.
Yeah.
The highlight, the owners of this place, German immigrants, very thick German accents. And I asked them if they knew about Geta, which is a German immigrant dish in northern Kentucky. And they hadn't heard of Geta, but when I described what it was, she explained that there's no way I could say whatever she said. But
no, I asked like twice. I couldn't pronounce it still.
But her dad would make basically Geta, and she's like, oh, that's a very local dish,
That's
blah,
so
blah,
cool.
blah. Yeah, so that was fun. And then they gave us, because Easter's coming around, they gave us some German chocolate eggs.
I forgot about the chocolate eggs till just now.
We had to drive a little bit that night, and they ended up sitting up by where the heater was, I guess. And they got a little soft and a little extra gooey, and mine had some like nougat in it. There's something crunchy that was just out of this. Anyway.
Mine was just milk chocolate, and put me on the record. That was probably the best chocolate I've ever had. Like days later, we would just be sitting driving, and I'd be like, Leon, you remember that chocolate egg we had a few nights ago? Like it still pops up in my brain. It was the best chocolate I've ever had.
So
it
while
really was.
The Winehouse could have been a forgettable night, that chocolate egg really saved it.
Oh, and Chris, our buddy that helps us with the RV.
Trouble in Paradise RV near Cincinnati. Any of your RV troubles, call Trouble in Paradise.
But he was so awesome. He was apparently watching the live stream and wanted to buy us a drink, but we don't drink.
Yeah.
So he got us a little bit of food. And it was like a little cheese and meat plate and a pretzel. It was just perfect for our drive because we still had to drive like 2 hours after the show. So to just have a little snack plate really kept us going down the road late at night. So thank you so much, Chris. That was so nice.
To be clear, I do drink sometimes.
Right.
And there will be one or two inappropriate evenings here in New Orleans with Jake, and I'm sorry about that.
Of course. I'll just write another whiskey brain. Don't worry.
I mean, hopefully there'll be some good stories about it. But I am turning 40 this year, so my drinking has tapered off quite a bit, mostly because the next day it just destroys me. I don't know.
I understand. It's harder and harder to come back from. So
I haven't been hanging, so my tolerance is way down.
that's all right. No worries.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's not a fight you need fight.
Oh, we're gonna fight.
Let's do it. I'm a good drunk.
It's true. Okay, moving on. We were in Alabama the next night after the Wine House. Our first ever show in Alabama.
Yeah.
At Oso at Bear Point in Orange Beach, Alabama.
Yeah. That was such a fun show. It really was. I didn't expect much. I thought we were just going to kind of be,
exactly.
ambiance for the place. But they were so much fun. By the end of the night, they were getting real rowdy and singing songs with us and just getting wild with us. And that's so much fun. It
was a really, really fun night. And, all through Florida, I'm like, where is the Southern accents? I want to hear some Southern accents. I want to hear some, fun Forrest Gump talk, or something.
It's just been tourist everywhere.
Yeah.
So we haven't gotten it.
Yeah, I've heard more Boston accents than I've heard Alabaman accents. And,
That's true.
Until we went to Alabama, and it was like, this is fun. I like this. And everybody is just so nice.
Yeah.
So sweet. They made us feel so at home. They fed us real good. Had some fried shrimps.
Yep.
Really, really, really great time. I mean, we hadn't played a note, and 5 different people had bought something from the merch table already.
Yeah.
They just liked that we were there.
Yeah.
And that we had stuff to sell. And they're like, oh, we'll get some of that stuff.
Oh, man. Yeah, the kindness from the start. It was there.
Yeah. We really needed that after the Wine House kind of, it was just kind of like a dud.
Yeah. Yeah, those happen. But, this Oso show really made up for it. It was a lot of fun. The people were great, like I said, and the crew there was really nice. They said nice things to us, and I mean, what more can you ask for, right?
It's just the tale of two firsts, right? We had never played in Tallahassee, Florida, and it looked like we had never played in Tallahassee, Florida. But we had never played in Orange Beach, Alabama, and
they showed up.
They showed up. They were there. They partied. They had a good time. They embraced us. So you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
We'll try them both again, I promise.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, should we show them what else we got into this week,
Let's
Tia?
do it. We had some fun.
We had some fun.
We're going to giggle a little bit.
All right. Well, here it is, our week in review. Pickin Pear podcast.
Our week in review starts now here in Tallahassee with our Frisbee Queen.
Oh, yeah, you get it, Cass. You're so good.
She did so good.
Nice moves, Tia.
We like to have fun at the dump.
Dancing at the dump, getting ready to leave, and oh my God, what happened to my hair?
What happened to your curly hair?
It just went away that day. We found the Florida hemp department or something, and they were selling some THCA stuff, and we checked it out and learned a lot about the politics of weed in Florida. Nothing good is happening, of course.
No. And this is a pretty apt description of how the show went.
Yeah. Before we even got there, we had already washed away.
Yeah. Yeah. We ended that set early.
Yeah.
There was just nobody around. The weather really kept people away.
It was a good time. We had a fine time.
Yeah. It was a great spot.
And then we made it to Alabama, our first time ever playing in Alabama.
I know. In 10 years, we finally made it.
And this is Orange Beach, Alabama.
It was really beautiful. I mean, it was it was rainy, but it was awesome.
It was pretty windy that day, too.
It was.
I think that kept people away from Oso because, it's a boat place. But
look at that. It cleared up pretty good.
People don't like to get on their boats in the wind or
No,
something.
probably not.
Yeah.
But here's a cool little walkthrough of where we play. It's just a really cool outdoor bar. We're right by the water. We got to bring Cass on stage while we set up just to, get her out a little bit.
It was really kind of perfect weather there on stage and really a great time.
Oh,
Great
my God.
staff,
It was so much
great
fun.
People.
Yeah, everybody was so nice.
We had sold $50 worth of merch before, we even played a note.
You're right. Right.
And we drove to Louisiana that night. And I'm having a hard time, obviously. And Tia's like, let me grab the camera.
I mean, what else do you do in moments like that?
This is a view from our RV resort that we're splurging on this week for
Yeah.
Tia's birthday
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
here in New Orleans.
That's a hole in the road.
That's some New Orleans shit.
How do we even get around
I'm
that?
gonna go around it.
Oh my
That didn't work.
gosh.
That didn't work great.
That was
Yeah,
crazy.
That's maneuvering around New Orleans in an RV. But
Yes.
man, check out this grocery. You ever seen that at a grocery?
Oh, man.
Crawfish.
Too bad I don't
shrimp.
like any of that.
And that Rouse's Market was so expensive.
It was. Sammy's got some red beans and rice.
Yeah.
Watch out for
We're
ferals.
gonna see more about that.
And we're going to see more athletic Cassidy. This is her amazing agility run.
Yeah, she exercises like I do. Like I'm gonna do it. Never mind.
And then we're just chilling.
Yeah, just lounging around at the RV park. Pickin Pear podcast. Yeah. Quite the week we had,
Oh, it was so fun.
and that was me relaxing this morning. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're filming on Tuesday right now, which we normally, I think we started off on Wednesdays, then it got pushed to Thursdays, but this
Yeah.
week it's Tuesday because I didn't want to do podcast stuff on our show day on Wednesday, and I don't want to do any podcast stuff on your birthday on Thursday.
Thanks.
And then I want the podcast to be up on Friday, so
Yeah.
we had to film it on Tuesday.
It's our only day.
Yeah.
But that's good, though. Then we just don't need to think about it for a second and just, like, kind of have a good time. We'll get a bunch of fun footage,
Next
I'm sure.
week should be fun. Jake
Yeah.
is a hilarious guy. I
Yeah.
love riffing with Jake. We all love hanging out with Jake. And
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
we're going to have some fun, I think, here in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And,
You might see him. Who knows?
Yeah. Hopefully, hopefully bring some harps or something and
That would be fun.
play some music with us maybe.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be on the bus. He's going to come to Hattiesburg, Mississippi with us, too. And then we're going to drive him all the way to Kentucky, which is where he's from. And we'll drop him off there
Yeah.
before he flies back to Montana.
Yeah.
So it'll just be fun. A little bit of like a nostalgia because Jake was on the road with us when we first cuddled Tia. That first, snuggle we
Like,
had.
hey,
Yeah.
you're cute.
You're cute, too. And, so Jake's just been there from the beginning.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to celebrate your birthday.
And just get back in the van together, having
Yeah.
fun, being silly, and, finding what we can get into.
Smelling each other's farts.
Oh, no.
Or really just Tia smelling all our farts.
Yeah, no, that's in this tiny little box with no airflow. Yeah, it's going to be
Speaking
great.
of farts, holy smokes, do we have a food review for you this week? We're going to jump right into it. I'm going to tell you all about it on this week's bit that we've got for you on red beans and rice. All right. Well, this week we're in New Orleans, and we're going to do a big food segment.
We love red beans and rice, or at least I love red beans and
I
rice.
love any food in New Orleans,
Yeah.
and red beans and rice is a staple.
It
And
is.
Today is Monday, and apparently it's a tradition to eat red beans and rice on Monday in New Orleans. We worked a campaign some years ago here, and folks told us that, normally I think you do the wash on Mondays, so you need to let the beans on the pot, and you can just kind of leave them, and that's how this whole tradition started. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it's Monday.
it's Monday, and we want red beans, so
do.
we thought it'd be fun if we tried 3 different red beans and rice entrees today. So
And we're going to rate them, of course.
of course we'll rate them and put them in an order. I'm sure they'll all be delicious.
I know, they're all going to be 10s,
Yeah.
but I'll try and get a little bit more intricate with it.
And so we're going to go to the first one now. We're going to tell you all about it.
Number 1, Cajun Shack.
In this grimy strip mall parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing there. But look, there's everything there.
They're ready. I mean, look at those pickled eggs, cups of butter.
Anything you could ever need.
First things first, 11 a.m. Here we are, Cajun Shack, red beans and rice. Tia, will you do the unveiling?
I will. Thank you, honey. Oh, look at this.
Look at that tub of beans.
Oh, my.
So for this tub of red beans and rice, it cost $11.
Yes.
All
I mean,
right.
that's a pretty fair deal. That's the biggest. I mean, if
Pretty fair
I got
deal.
this for myself, this would last me 3 days.
I don't know if you can see that. We're gonna just pull it in.
Here, let's just do a little.
Mm.
Man, that looks amazing. Get some of that rice
I'm
in
gonna
there.
get a sausage in there.
Well, you gotta. Oh my. Oh my. Hold on. Here's your napkin.
Thanks, sweetie.
Cheers.
All right, to our first red beans and rice from the Cajun Shack.
Oh my gosh. I truly don't know how it gets better than that. That's so good.
It's amazing.
I mean,
you guys saw this place. It's not fancy, but they do it right.
I think it's a place you go in and you get it to go. You get it takeout. Everything's takeout. But my God, I mean, maybe I gotta do the ratings after I try more, but this is a frickin' 10. Like, it has everything I want. The flavors are there. The sausage is chopped up, which doesn't always happen. Sometimes it comes as a full sausage and you chop it up yourself. But, it's hard to do in a bucket. So, man, it's just so perfect. It's so good.
I mean, look at this tub for $11.
Yeah.
We're both going to eat this.
Yep.
And be full.
Wow.
It doesn't even have hot sauce yet.
It doesn't even have hot sauce, and it's already a 10.
Frickin' 10. It's not just a 10, it's a frickin' 10.
It's a frickin' 10. Wow. I mean, maybe I'll change it up once we try the other red beans and rice, but right now, gosh.
I mean, it's getting the first taste of the day. We're hungry.
That's true.
It's going to be hard to beat.
It's true.
But we're going to try.
Wow. Friends, I wish you were eating this with us. It's too good. Okay. Yeah, what would you rate this right now, Leon?
A frickin' 10 and a half, dude.
A frickin' 10 and a half. That's so... Even Cass is poking me for some.
I think that's a pretty good, rating right there.
Yeah, remember the frickin' 10? That's a frickin' 10 right there.
Frickin' 10 and a half. All right, on to the next. Here we go.
Let's go.
All right, round 2, we made it to Sammy's.
Yeah, Sammy's Food Service and Deli. We read about it on the internet. It was close to where we were at the time, so we thought we'd check this one out. Looks pretty fancy on the inside compared to the other place.
Ooh, but here we go.
Let's see how it is. Okay, Tia, round 2.
I can't wait. I was ready for round 2 after round 1.
Yeah, right? Like, it's only been maybe 2 hours since we ate that tub of red beans and rice.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
This is round 2. Oh,
Oh,
what is that?
just hamburgers?
This is the hot sausage.
That's hot sausage?
That's the hot sausage.
That looks like a hamburger.
You gotta cut that up and put it in there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I thought we got the wrong one.
I
It
don't
looks like a
think so.
hamburger.
I think that's hot sausage right there.
That's probably hot sausage.
Let's taste the sausage.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's got some hotness
That's
to
really good sausage. Holy
it. Holy
schmoly.
smokes.
Oh. Whoa. Sorry for the mix-up there. I was very confused.
Well, it was confusing.
Because it came in patty form.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like a
Never
hamburger
seen
patty.
that.
Never. I was expecting, like, a sausage. Wow. Okay.
Wow, that's spicy and good.
Well, I'm gonna have to cut this sucker up. Cheers.
Cheers. Round 2.
Cheers, friends.
If Cajun Shack is a 10 and a half, what do you give Sammy's Food Service and Deli, red beans and rice, on a Monday? New Orleans, Louisiana. March 25th, 2024.
I don't want to be too mean. I feel like it's a 6.
Oh, wow.
6.5.
That's basically a boiled peanut, dude.
Maybe my boiled peanut should have been a little lower. But if Cajun Shack is a 10, I mean, I feel like there's room for improvement here. It's like, it's the
You
beans.
didn't like having to cut up your own sausage.
I didn't. And it's not like soaking. It feels like I put sausage in red beans and rice.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's all a cohesive dish.
Sure.
And the beans, these big giant beans, and it being mostly starchy than saucy. Yeah, I'd give it a 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm a little more generous. It's delicious. I do taste what she's tasting with the texture difference, and yeah, this is just kind of less saucy. Really liked the sauciness of the other one.
Yeah.
And the sausage is phenomenal. I mean, it's good sausage.
It's good sausage. Yeah, don't get me wrong there.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's try po' boy.
Bonus round. The po' boy was pretty good. I've had better po' boys. I've had worse po' boys.
Yeah.
But for dinner, we stayed local and went to the Lighthouse Bar and Grill here at our RV resort.
Yeah, this place is really nice. I didn't go with you this time, but I really like the look of it.
Yeah, and as I sit and I wait, you can kind of see the signs of addiction and withdrawal.
From red beans and rice.
But we get it back to the van. I got us a little Virgin Hurricane, which is just fruit juices.
And a little side of fries.
And a little side of fries. And this was our most expensive. It was like a $12 red beans and rice. Let's see what we have to say about it here. Here we go. Very mediocre.
Totally. Yeah, I rated that one probably a 3.
Yeah, definitely not better than a 5.
No. It was very, like I said, bland and boring.
Yeah, I think I say it best right here. Take me back to the Cajun Shack. Now we're going to take it back to Leon and Tia in the studio. Pickin Pear podcast. Yeah. That was one of my favorite food segments.
I want more. Let's do it again.
We have to take Jake to the Cajun Shack.
I mean, it's a must. Anybody
Back to the Cajun Shack.
that needs to be a sound bit.
Yeah, all right. I'll work on that. Oh man. So yeah, let's keep it going, Tia. Let's talk about the shows a little bit more this week. We've got show number 960 together and 691 as far as Pickin Pear goes at the Den at the Howlin' Wolf in New Orleans, Louisiana on Wednesday, March 27th.
Yeah. I'm excited.
How fun is that?
It's our first New Orleans show. I know we've played here before at the Pin Church.
We did the Pin Church, which is like a private club of pinball people. It's awesome.
It was so cool.
It was so cool we got to play there, and it was really fun. I think you can even find video on YouTube of that show.
Yeah.
And we wanted to go back, but they also have property up in Arkansas, and they're prepping for the eclipse. They're in totality up there in Arkansas. So
that's cool.
We missed them at the Pin Church this week. It would have been awesome to take Jake to the Pin Church.
Oh man, yeah, you're right.
But next time.
But yeah, this is our first good big New Orleans show, so it should be a fun one.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go have fun. Jake's gonna be there at least. If no one else is there, Jake is there.
We love you, Jake. Thank you.
Yeah.
He might not. He might be at the bar, but he'll be there.
He'll be around. If I know Jake, he'll be front and center at least
dancing.
for a whole song. Yeah, dancing. He'll be bringing the vibes.
He does.
Sure.
He'll get the party started in there. I know it.
But then by Saturday, when we're sick of Jake, we'll be in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Just kidding.
We love you, Jake.
just kidding. Hattiesburg, Mississippi at the Grill and Grocery.
Yeah.
Don't know much about this place.
Don't know what to expect.
It'll be our first Mississippi show.
Awesome.
Yeah, we knocked out a bunch of firsts. South Carolina.
Yeah.
Now
Alabama
and Mississippi.
Yeah.
Those are states we had never played. So
it's true. Awesome.
Obviously,
I'm so
the goal is to play every state, play a show.
We're getting there.
We're in the 40s. So.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. A couple of Northeastern stuffs. A lot of the Dakotas and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Well, we
drive through them a lot, but.
Yeah. Well, like you said, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Don't want to do it all at once.
No, we got to spread it out.
All right. So a couple of great shows to look forward to this week.
Yeah.
And then we get really busy the next week. There's a show in Covington. There's a show in Cincinnati. There's the Zoo show. Then there's the Eclipse show. Then there's People's Brewing. And then we're up in Michigan. So
let's go.
I know, right? Just going to
keep
fly
it
by.
rolling. I'm so excited. I love doing this with you, honey.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah. And with you, friends, because we couldn't do it without you.
Couldn't do it without nice folks like you that take time out of their day to just be a part of this with us. You know, we really appreciate it. So, that makes us happy.
It really does.
We could end it right here, right now.
We could.
That is what makes us happy. But I'm going to ask you, Tia, what made you happy this week?
This week, honestly, I'm going to say just a good crowd. There's nothing that makes a show a good show than a good crowd. And at that Oso in Alabama in Orange Beach, it was just I had such a fun time, we were just having a good time up there on stage. We were jamming, we were dancing, and everybody else was singing along with us. And just the whole room was having a good time. And there's just nothing better than that, because that's what you're there to do. You're there to make a good time for these people.
Yeah.
And I felt like we did it.
We really did, and they did. You know,
They did, yeah.
They really did.
Yeah,
so.
because what
And it-
they give, we give.
It rotated out. Like there were different people there for first set than the second set.
You're
and,
right.
You know, second set was there more to party.
For sure.
You know, first
How
set
it
really
gets.
was into us, and
Yeah.
the second set was just into the vibes. You know, and it all worked out. It was
Right.
all great.
But then there were some people that stayed the whole 3 hours.
It's true.
You know, and
true.
just partied with us all night. So a really good crowd really, really makes me happy. What about you, Leon? What makes you happy?
Well, you know, everything makes me happy.
Yeah, say it.
Foods and all the things. But I always like to talk about something we watched this week that made us happy. And, you know, we actually put it on the drive between one of the places, maybe Tallahassee
Yeah.
and Orange Beach. And so I didn't really get to watch it. You know, I'm driving, but it's on. And we put on the new Roadhouse.
Yeah.
With Jake Gyllenhaal. And Tia's like, well, let's watch Jake Gyllenhaal with his shirt off for an hour.
Like, what else is this going to be?
Because that's what the cover is. You know, that's what you're kind of expecting to see. And I was thoroughly entertained.
It was
predictable and fun. And what else do you want, you know, out of a remake like that? Like, it was different enough from the Swayze Roadhouse.
Right.
And I was entertained for
Right.
those 90 minutes or however long it was.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't go in expecting a masterpiece or anything, you know.
No, nor did we get one.
Nor did we get one at all. But
Yeah.
man, we're pretty easily entertained with, you know, most things and movies and shows, and it was just entertaining and silly at times, and
Yeah.
it moved along fine. It was good.
It
It was a good
right?
little action flick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, what else can you ask for? It entertained me.
I probably like that I couldn't really watch the fighting scenes, you know, because I hate watching people get punched in the face and stuff like that.
They were pretty
Yeah,
deliberate.
So, you know, I might have different opinions if I could actually have watched it, but you know, they throw some humor in there, and the storyline was good enough for me.
Good enough, yeah.
Somebody got eaten by a crocodile, you know.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
So that's about it for this week.
Yeah.
Week number 10 of the Pickin Pear podcast. We're gonna play you out. Matt Wolf has put together from our show at Oso at Bear Point in Orange Beach.
Yep.
He said, "How about we shake your motherfucking tail feather?"
Oh, let's do it.
So we're gonna play you out with Tia singing the classic tune, "Shake Your Tail Feather," and we'll see you next week with Jake on the Pickin Pear podcast.
Bye, friends.
Pickin Pear podcast. Yeah.